Hey, Porter here. Just wanted to make a little video. This is actually like the sixth time I had to reshoot this because this, as the title says, is a shout-out video. And since I have a lot to say about who I'm talking about, who I'm wanting to give the shout-out to, I kind of started going over the limit of time that I had to have for my videos, which for some reason is 10 minutes because of this my mobile phone or something. It's something. I'm planning on making longer videos whenever I get a camcorder. So for now, that's why most of my videos are under that. If anyone was wondering, which I don't think anyone was, but here I answered the question if anyone wanted to ask. So there you go. Anyway, the shout out goes to a really great friend of mine. Over at the TFW boards, I've been a member for a good couple of months now, and he's, I believe, the first friend I made on there. And he lived in my area in Ohio, and we got to talking, and got to be really good friends online. And about a couple months after that, I was like, hey man, what are you doing? And he was like, no, nothing. It was like, hey, you want to come up here and check out the Toys R Us? Because I kind of got to go there anyway. So I kind of wanted to see, maybe if you wanted to hang out for a few minutes or something. Because the Toys R Us for me was like maybe an hour away, walking distance, which is nothing for me because I walk everywhere. I'm like a nomad or a Forrest Gump. I will walk everywhere. Anyone that's not seen Forrest Gump, he in the movie, the character played by Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, walks across the country and back, I think. But that's basically me. I will walk anywhere probably for my collection, for anything that I want to buy. For any general reason, I will pretty much walk anywhere. I don't like to waste gas, even though I don't have, a car or anything. I don't like, I like using natural energy, which are muscles, so there. But enough about that. The guy that I'm giving the shout out to is a good friend of mine, Hycon, from the 2005 boards. It's not spelled all in one word. It's capital H. Well, actually, no, hold on. Start parentheses, capital H, and end the parentheses. So the H is in parentheses, a capital H, and then lowercase I, and then a capital C in parentheses, and then followed by that is a capital H in parentheses, and then a lowercase c, o, and n after that. And it spells Hycon, but he's got crazy a little bit with the parentheses. I can say it because I'm a good friend with him. So, yeah. So the reason why I'm giving him such a shout out is because I met him in 2010, and the new year coming is making me think of all the good things that have happened, and a lot of the good things that have happened towards the end of 2010. Had to do with my friend Hycon and meeting him and talking to him, hanging out, all that stuff. And it was funny because sometimes I would, actually it still is, the thing with me and him was sometimes we try to race each other to see who can get the latest figure first. And he's the first friend I've ever had that collects as I do. He's the first person I ever met that collects Transformers, other than myself. But I don't think I could really meet myself because I am myself, so that wouldn't make any sense. But now I remember one time I got a Cybertronian Soundwave, a Generation Cybertronian Soundwave, before he could even find it. And I think he just found it recently, just about 3 weeks ago maybe. And I found it back in October and he was he was just like but then he found Red Alert, and I did see Red Alert that day, but I wanted Soundwave because there was only one Soundwave, and Red Alert was a repaint, who I would later acquire. I still don't have him yet, but I will get him eventually. He will be my Classics Red Alert. So I'm just holding off because he is a repaint. I just want to get all the new molds first, and then get all the repaints, probably at the same time. But anyway, yeah, he's been a really cool person to talk to. A really great friend. He's probably my best friend actually now. I now consider him a best friend now. Because back when I was a kid, you know, there was figures, you know, that I wanted and never got. I'm sure everyone has a story like that. So my list is actually pretty long as far as toys that I never got as a kid that I wanted. As sure as I know a lot of people have. But that's why you see Titanium Soundwave there. He was one of them. I remember seeing him in the stores right when he came out, and when I was a kid, you know, my limit for toys, you know, when I would go out with my mom or dad, or most of it would actually be with my grandma, would actually spoil the crap out of me and give me $10 and take me to Walmart. So that was usually what my Transformers budget, or my toy budget, but I mostly bought Transformers and Marvel Legends, but Marvel Legends were more with me and my brothers. My older brothers kind of bought those for me, and my grandma bought me Transformers. So, yeah, I think the retail price from where that Soundwave and the Titaniums were at Walmart, at least around my area, were like, I think $16. And that was a little bit too much at that moment that I saw him. And that was the only time I ever saw him. So I could never get him. Recently, a couple months ago, Hycon traded me, gave me his Titanium Soundwave, which is before you, which is now mine. And I traded him a couple of figures I didn't want anymore, such as Revenge of the Fallen Skids and Mudflap. I gave him crossovers, Marvel crossovers, Captain America, so he could make a custom out of it. And I didn't particularly care. I just really wanted Venom, but I could never find Venom, and I like Captain America a lot, so I bought that. And it's okay. I like the alt mode, but the robot mode's kind of funny. It's cool, but I don't know. I still think it's a little bit weird having the crossovers, at least with Marvel. Star Wars, it's okay, but Marvel is a little different. To me, personally, because I am a big Marvel fan, ever since I was really little. And Transformers. And everything that I collect is because I really liked it as a kid. But, boy, for a shadow, I sure do talk a lot about myself, do I? But, no, back to Hycon. He's just a really good friend. He's a really cool person to talk to. He's recently helping me out, recently, I asked him to do me a favor that I needed in regards to my Transformers collection, and he said he'll try his damnedest to help me. So he's just been a really good friend, a really cool person to talk to, a really great friend. I can just keep saying that. That's basically it, you know. He's just about my best friend. So if you're listening to this, Hycon, you know, everything I said comes from the bottom of my heart. I deeply thank you for everything that you have done and or trying to do. Everything that possibly happened between me and you, I thank you for it. I hope you have a happy New Year. Don't get too drunk. You can get a little drunk, but don't get too drunk, because nobody likes a spaz. I kind of know that from experience. So, but hey, you know, if you're at home and you got nowhere else, you're not going anywhere, and you want to sit and have, you know, a bottle of scotch, I won't blame you. If that's the way you're gonna celebrate. Man, if I was older than 21, if I was 21, I'd do the same thing. So, well, but I try to keep myself a little bit clean. So, well, Happy New Year, everyone. Hi, Con, you're awesome, and yeah, Happy New Year.